Hi everyone, welcome back to Napoleon Total War. We're here with the Prussians in late July 1807. The French are starting to stack their armies between Stuttgart and Strasbourg. Maybe to go for a strike on Hessen Castle, who's obviously one of our protectorates. We've got an army here under Scharnhorst waiting there. We could probably give them another gun. And maybe some more troops, or maybe some more cavalry. What do we got back in Berlin? We do have 6-pounders. Do we not have 12-pounders? I'm sure we could recruit 12-pounders. No, I'm ahead of myself. Yes, I've already got 12-pounder and some Jaegers, the Fusiliers, Prussian Fusiliers, sorry, being trained up to send to the front line. I say front line, it's on the border because we're not at war with France yet. But I think the time is very close when that conflict will ignite. We've obviously got to protect our protectorates. You can see they're building the army up in Hanover as well, which was nothing previously. Let's have a look. Yes, they're getting more Fusiliers of the line. We've got 6-pounders and a couple of cavalry units. I don't know if that is going up, but it feels as though that's going up. So it feels like they may make a strike onto one of our territories soon. We've also got another army down here, Nicholas de Vaux, and another army marching that way, so they may come into Kassel as well. We've got our spy here, Rougier, who is keeping an eye on things. So we need to probably start to look to move some troops down to Kassel as well. It's unlikely they're going to attack through the woods. They may come for Prague, but yeah, unlikely. If we just have a look at the diplomatic relations side, we're pretty friendly in trading with most people now. Like all the top nations we're trading with, which is good. That's good for our finances for sure. And Russia, recently we've become an ally of, so that is also good. And obviously the Ottoman Empire as well. We are slowly building a relationship back with Austria. We're only minus 125 now. That was minus 140 something only a few moments ago. So that is slowly improving, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get that alliance with the Austrians. Although you can see the Austrians, they've been squished back to 5 regions now. Hungary being the biggest. But yeah, with an alliance with the Ottoman Empire, they may try and push up here, and alliance with the Russian army, they may push down here. So an alliance right now with Austria is probably not something we want, to be fair, because 2 of our other allies will probably try and take some of their territory. So yeah, we've just got to kind of look the other way when that happens. Everything else is looking good. I think these are literally limited to... Yeah, these regions don't, and they're small kingdoms. Kingdom of Sicily, the Papal States, and the Kingdom of Naples. Small countries, and only have probably 1 port, and they don't have the trade lanes available to open up trade with us. So that's a thing. But otherwise, things are going well. Down here in Austria, Vienna, we have finally got it under control, I hope. I think, unless there's something kicks off in the next few moments, it looks like Blucher has got Austria under control finally, and we can get repairs done. The university is now back up and researching. We've got some troops here. I can't quite remember what I was going to do with them. Were they marching over here to just defend against any strikes from Venice? I'm not sure. I can't remember. We've got our dry dock being built there. I need 4 more turns and we can get some warships. And over here in Zagreb, we've got Frederick Wilhelm and his force. We've got some militia here, which will obviously leave to garrison the town, but we can always move Wilhelm out, and maybe we need to march him up here to defend, you know, Prague border with the French. And hope we don't get double-crossed by the Ottoman Empire, Austria, or the Russians. I've been thinking about the Russians all the time, and so far the Russians have been nothing but nice to us, so maybe we sort of relax on that front a little bit.
Yes, sir.
We've got 3 units of militia trained, and we've got Frederick's army here. The populace is under control, and their resistance to our control is on the wane. So another more turn, we might be able to move the bulk of this army out and leave a garrison behind. So yeah, things are going well in the old research and technology. In Krakow, the college there, they got researching steam engines by the looks of it. It's quite a long process, that one. It's only a small college, maybe we'll look to up that to university. In Magdeburg, we've got field ambulances under research, 2 more turns until they're available. And in Graz, we've got, after it's finally been rebuilt, Joint Stock Company being researched as well. Cool. Right, so we're in a tipping point, I feel, when France are going to start pushing our boundaries. And yeah, it could happen from now on any moment, I believe. And as we move into early August 1807, not much to report. A cobbled road was completed in Croatia, and that was all that happened. A little bit of movement from the French armies. They've popped into the towns for the most part, but there's been a lot of troops moving up from the south and going into these towns. Just small stacks of armies, but there's a lot of French forces gathered in this Munich and Bavaria area. So yeah, expect some fireworks in the coming days, I would assume. Otherwise, I don't know why they're massing so many troops there. In Austria, Vienna, the resistance to foreign rule is dwindling. Huzzah! 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 Good. That was absolute nightmare. All caused by my misoperation, of course. I decided to sack the place and then trade it back to the Austrians, thinking that would use up all their money to rebuild it. And of course the Austrians didn't want it back. So, yeah. I then decided to keep it. And it got expensive to try and repair everything, and the people weren't happy, and all that kind of good stuff. We could upgrade the port, but that would make the lower classes unhappy. So I don't want to trigger them any more than they're already triggered. So we'll leave that for the time being. I'm gonna. What am I gonna do with this army? Well, I'm gonna march this army up to Vienna. And then march up to Prague and see what we can do with that. We've got Wilhelm's army here. How's Zagreb doing? Zagreb is, ooh, with those troops, that's kind of on the tipping point a little bit, but hopefully that should be okay. Infrastructure wise, they've got cobbled roads. Of course, that's just been completed. We could get a drill school, or we could get a star fort. Not much to build here, really. I might get 1 more unit of militia. I want to shove them into the port just to keep that safe. We probably need to get another unit, actually. And I want another unit of militia in that port as well. That's going to be our dry dock. We need to protect it from any enemy ships raiding and blockading that port. We don't want that. Over here in Austria, we've got 5 more turns until a court of justice is completed. 3 more turns until a grand opera house is created. And the army is mostly militia. Okay, so this is Blucher's army then, is it? That looks like the bulk of Blucher's army. And then if we put the more militia, Blucher can take these and he can go and look after Prague. I think that's probably a good idea. Won't move them out quite yet because of the situation. That's a grand estate farm, which is good. In Olmutz, we could, have we got the trade unions? I can never remember. No, we haven't researched that yet. Okay, so we can't create a court of appeals yet. Thank you, you can go. It's just militia really, so nothing terribly exciting there. Let's have a look over here in Lemberg. Do we need this army waiting here? Not really. Not really. Let's get some, again, militia created. I know, people go nuts. But then, oh, we got 3 militia there. Okay, I think we can start moving this army out then. Let's move that army out. Move those forces in. It's a little bit touch and go, but with 2 more militia, that should hold, which is good. So we've got Frederick's army on the march. And that is at full strength by the looks of it, which is good. We've got the Classical University and the college here. He's got more research. Double the research. Oh, I'm going to spend it. I've spent it. I've spent it on education. Poland. It's got some forces here which we can distribute elsewhere. They're looking okay. We've got the capacity to recruit there if we've got the cash and we require to. Should something coming from the east. Up here in Königsberg, 6 more turns until a court of justice is being established. And we've got some ragtag troops there. They're in control. That's all looking okay for the moment. In West Prussia, in Danzig, things are on the edge again. Can't quite get the Court of Justice. That obviously adds repression to the area. So, only 1 repression to the area, mind, and plus 5% tax rate bonus. But industrialization's a problem. Religious unrest's a problem. Tax burden is a big problem. Government type, they don't like. People in government, they don't like. Well, who does? And clamour for reform is also an issue, but not a big one. So, our Eastern Empire seems to be just hanging on by the odd thread here, but it's kind of in control. In Silesia, again, we're on the edge. Indifferent. We don't want to do anything to rile these people up. But at the same time, I don't want to overly spend money on them. And, you know, if you want to progress, you've got to get more technology, which often upsets the lower classes because it feels like they're doing them out of a job. Usual stuff, you know. Arguments that's still going on to this day. Okay, we've got West Pomerania. West Pomerania? Just Pomerania, sorry. They're doing okay. Dresden, they're fine for once. It's nice to have a settled region. We could maybe get a Grand Opera House if we wanted, just to boost their prestige and stuff. All the farms are looking good. That's one of the things I want to make sure we've got all upgraded. So we've got the food, so that's never going to be a problem. In Berlin, 3 more turns until a military academy is created. If we had the cash, we could get a great museum. We get a big old monument. Building a national monument greatly enhances national prestige. Unaffordable. Isn't that the truth? Okay, so that's doing well, and there's a bit of an army there. Just bolstering the wall should we need to defend it. Okay, and we've got the port there. That's doing okay. We have got an army in that port, which is good. We've got, of course, Hanover. Are they getting more troops in there? More troops. They are building those troops up. Where are they going to strike? Were they going to strike for one of these nations first? I suspect they may strike from the south and then strike either east or west from there to kind of stretch our defensive line. In Cleves over here, we got lots of, well, militia really. But no, they're fairly settled, which is quite nice to see for once. Yeah. Okay, so we've done a quick scoot around the towns, and I think we need to get Blucher up then. Blucher needs to get his army up. Well, actually, we've got, who have we got? We've got Frederick's army coming out of there, haven't we? So if we can get Frederick over to Prussia, so Prague maybe, and I'll try and get Blucher up here to Berlin area, and then we've got 3 armies in and around the French to kind of defend against any intrusion from their troops. In late August 1807, agent detective Adolf Holtz, he's always detected, but he's standing in public viewing right there on the crossroads, so I'm not surprised he was spotted, to be fair. So not particularly worried about that. Advancement in Technology. Field ambulances. Speed is all important when treating wounded men. Any delay lessens the chances of survival, let alone recovery. Field ambulances are fast carts that can be driven into the thick of battle. Stocked with water, bandages and other medical supplies, they allow some treatment to be given immediately. More importantly, the wounded can be carried to the rear where surgeons can give much needed medical attention. Surgery, however, remains close to butchery. Being able to provide this swift assistance means that the replenishment rate of units is improved. Awesome. Jean-Gabriel Maurice Roches, or I don't know how to pronounce that one, has been spotted. He's a French agent and he's on the border there. Okay. And Hendrik Kuhl. Sounds like one of ours. No, he's an Austrian. He's there. Okay. So all the agents are spotting themselves. And then we got militia and some fusiliers deployed. So we got the Austrian guy who spotted our guy who spotted the French. Well, maybe he didn't. This guy probably spotted the French guy, to be fair. Do we dare try and knock out their spy? Will that be a war inciting action? Who knows? It's all... Who knows? I don't know. Right, how is Austria? We're almost there. 2 more turns until the Grand Opera, and then that's plus happiness for all classes. Good. So I'm going to move this army on. Move it this way. And then when that opera house pops out, Blucher should be able to leave or use the rest of his, well, the top line of his force here and join up with this army to move on and leave the rest there to hold it down, which should be fine. I hope. Where's Wilhelm? Here he is. He's going to make a long walk. Is there no roads here? Or there's only roads to the college in Krakow. Then they've got to go cross country. Okay, it's going to be slow going then. But we can do it. Have no fear. What do we have here? A warehouse. Supply warehouse. Plus 14 to replenishment rate in this region. Well, do we want a replenishment? That region is... It's good, but it's not brilliant. You know, it's not amazing. If it was our entire empire we had an improvement rate, that would be amazing. But it's not that. Right, so they are holding, and that's looking good. Let's get the Court of Justice there. That'll raise the repression, and then that region should be secure. Having a look at the French. The French, yeah, there's huge stacks of armies now in the towns. Yeah, they are coming for us. Make no mistake. The building up of force here is the primary concern. Can they strike up here? They'd have to come. That's a long way to travel, isn't it? We might be able to get some reinforcements from Berlin. So let's get some. We've got a cannon being. Let's get another cannon. Let's get. Let's get some dragoons created as well, and some foot. And this is all going to be. We'll be able to blend these into the armies which are marching up here to kind of back them up, reinforce them, and get some replacement units in should they need it. Obviously, it's going to cost us a small fortune in maintenance and stuff, but it's you gotta do these things, haven't you? Right, we've got some more troops there. Let's move your army out for the moment and move those troops in. Let's move you into Austria and let's see how Croatia stands. Ooh, it's doing okay actually. That'll be fine. So we've got Wilhelm on the march as well. So you've got all 3 armies. Well, 4 armies on the march. Well, apart from half of Blucher's army. So Wilhelm's will go here. Maybe that can wait for Blucher And so we've got these 3 armies moving over here. We've got our other army, 4th army here. And that should be, well, all we can really muster against the French, to be fair. But hopefully that should be enough. And in early September 1807, agent detected. Rougier has been detected. Okay, fine. Jean-Gabriel Maurice has again been detected by the river. No changes there. And Henrik Kuhl again has been detected near Innsbruck. Well, 12-pounder has been well deployed in Berlin, so we can certainly look to get that. Look at that big 12-pounder. Nice. Get that deployed. Down with, you needed a gun, didn't you? Yeah, you did. You get 2 more units. You've got 2 guns. Let's get that then. Oh, hang on, what else do you need? Do you need cavalry? You got 4. No, cavalry's okay. You probably just need some. You got some skirmishers. Mainline troops will probably be enough, won't they? East Prussian Grenadiers. That's what you can have. Right, we'll march these 2 down to join you. Lovely. So that's going to be a nice stocked army there. Meantime, where's the rest of our boys? Here we go. Here's Frederick Wilhelm's army. He can march this way. And maybe... do we stay here in Salzburg for any... or do we move... we'll probably move up to Prague, don't we? Although they could march straight... no, we'll move up to Prague because Blucher is covering Vienna, isn't he? So, yeah, look at these French forces. They've gone into hiding in some place. Oh, they're on the move. Look, Napoleon has gone... he's heading over to Metz. So where's he going to get? Is he going to come up here? Are they going to hit the Dutch? Who knows? Who knows? It's just shuffling the chess pieces around the board at the moment. That's all we're doing. Right, you can make it to Breslau. And from there, you're going to probably go on to Dresden, and then probably sit in this area here. Or actually, I might bring you up here. So if they do strike from Hanover, you can quickly strike. Yeah, so if we sort of bring them to Magdeburg there, or maybe probably sit on the border here, just near this supply post, then that's probably going to be the best place for you. Got another turn, I think, before the... when we get to it. Yeah, before the Grand Opera House is completed. And 3 more turns to the Court of Justice, and then Austria should be pretty cool. Zagreb is looking fine now. That's all good. The militia are holding that one nicely. And over here in Lemberg, they're holding that nicely. And 7 more turns, they'll have a Court of Justice with a bit of repression, which will certainly help there. Fantastic. Right. Fires do definitely seem to have been extinguished for the moment. I will move this number of troops up, even without Blucher's support. That shouldn't impact that in any way. No good. It can't be too long now before this one more turn and our dry dock is complete. So I'm going to save some cash so we can commission some warships to protect our trade fleet. What I'd love to do, honestly, is have a large warship fleet to be able to take on Villeneuve's fleet here. And the reason for that is once France declare war on us, we are going to lose quite a bit of trade money. So France is currently, we're trading, where are they? 2,527. That's our trade. Nothing with Britain because the French are blocking the port. So once we declare war with France, obviously we're going to lose 2.5 grand of trade, and we definitely need to start trading with Britain. Everything else is doing nicely, you know. Nice to see everything else. No, grand a month now, almost on or grand a turn on with Austria, which is good. How are the Austrians in relation to us now? 107. Wow, that's best part of 20 points in the positive that last turn. So yeah, we could very well be friends with the Austrians before very long, which would be inconceivable a few moments ago, wasn't it? But you never know. What's going on down here? We are trading with Sardinia, but no, nothing I don't think. Okay, well that's good. There's been a lot of movement down here. No, there hasn't been. Not there. Oh, it was down there, wasn't it? Hang on. Yeah, well, it must have been here. Yeah, the Ottoman Empire. They've been stacking some armies in Istanbul, and you've got some troops moving over here, which is obviously still their territory. Their territory comes all the way up to here, in Belgrade, which is obviously on our border. We are friendly with them. We are have an alliance with them, and hopefully there is just a push on to Austria, but always got to keep an eye on them, see what's going on. Alliances are only ever fleeting, and any moment that they could decide that it's not worth their bother. Nothing much more to recruit that way. Technology-wise, 3 more turns and the Grand Battery research will be complete. Obviously, 2 more turns and the Joint Stock Company will be complete, which is good. And 10 more turns until the steam engine is complete. And Krakow is also undergoing a bit of reconstruction to go into a full university, which will improve the research points that they've gained. Once the Joint Stock Company is done, plateways, mass production, trade unions, abolition of slavery, carcass shot. Yes, we need to. Once we get that, we need that steam-powered factory, and then we can get all this unlocked as well. We probably need trade unions, don't we? Because then that will open up the Court of Appeals. We got a military academy being created in Berlin, and once that's done in a few turns, we will have general staff, modern rifles, standardized artillery, and quicklime. Uniform armament, mass production. We need. So maybe we get mass production. Well, these are only a couple of turns away from completing that. So yeah, we may put one onto mass production, one onto trade unions. Get that sorted. And that puts in a better state moving forward. Okay, the Ottoman Empire have come to us with an offer. They demand, or what they want is Army Corps organization technology, and they also want us to break an agreement, our trade agreement with Austria, which means they're probably going to attack Austria, and they'll give us 840 cash for it. I'm going to decline that because I want my trade with Austria is worth more than that. So we're still very, very friendly. So my lord will not be pleased to hear of this offer being cast aside. Well, then don't offer it then. So hopefully we haven't upset the Ottoman Empire too much, but yeah, it's not that financially wasn't worth it at all. The agents have been detectives, so has Adolf, so has Jean Gabriel, so has Henrik, the usual crew. Lots of construction completed this time. We have our dry dock in Croatia, which is where we can start building our warships. The Grand Opera House in Vienna, finally. The Military Academy in Berlin. And a merchant house in Thorn, West Prussia. Oh, it feels like everything's just come home at once, isn't it? Hey? Fantastic. In Brandenburg, we have 2 units of dragoons and 2 units of musketeers being deployed. And ancillary gained. Wilhelm von Brunecki, Minister. Crimper, -5 recruitment cost to infantry in the region. Ah, nice. If a man wakes up with a hangover and the memory of a warm woman, it may ease the shock of joining the army. Okay. That's some recruitment drive they're going for there.
Yeah, my lord.
Right. Let's bring you. Let's pop you into Prague. Oh,
Sir.
pop you into Prague. So Prague is bolstered with quite a big army, and they'll replace the missing troops there. Frederick Wilhelm. Let's pop you. Let's pop you here in Salzburg for the moment. I was going to bring you over here, wasn't I? We've got the gun and the troops moving over here, which will come into Scharnhorst's army. So he's fully stacked now, which is nice. And we've got Frederick's army coming in over here. Get to Dresden this time. So we'll park him over here. Oh no, he was going to come up here, wasn't he, actually? Tell a lie. He was going to come up here. And then once Blucher is ready, which might be now, we'll get him to join the rest of his army in Prague and then push on up here. Just waiting for the French to strike. So let's have a look. How is Austria? Oh, even with an opera house, they're still not happy. Honestly. Okay, well we'll wait a little bit longer, if that is what it's called for. A great museum. +4 happiness to all classes. +16 per turn to town wealth, recruitment capacity, and enhanced national prestige. We've got the Court of Justice being deployed another 2 turns. How much is a great museum? 6,000, that's quite a lot. We've got almost 10 grand, which is quite good. But that could be a nice way of finally quieting the Venetians. Venetians? Venice? Yeah, possibly. No, that's Venice, isn't it? Vienna, down. It's a different place entirely. Right, Navy recruitment, here we go. We've got the 74 gun ship of the line, which is a 3rd rate, I think. It's the best we can do at the moment. So, and then we've got a 64 gun ship of the line. 64 gun ship of the line can hold its own in a battle, but is cheaper to build than the heavier ships. And we got a 50 gun ship of the line. It's only 300 cheaper. The 50 gun is a small vessel style ship of the line, battle carrying some 50 long guns. So what's the actual firepower? Is 227, 262 and 325. Range is 450, it's the same. Speed 15, hull strength 1160, 1380 hull strength and 17 speed, and 80. Yeah, okay, let's get. What have we got? Carronade. Probably want some frigates to sort of zip round them, don't they, as well? So let's get 38 gun frigate and probably another one of those. So there we go. We spent 4 grand on a couple of ships being commissioned, but that's going to be worth it. We're going to try and bolster a navy. We haven't had a navy yet to this point, so it's going to be quite exciting to be able to defend the basically defend our trade lanes in the Pacific. No, in the Mediterranean. I beg your pardon. And see how we do there. Obviously, I've spent the money, so I can't build the museum now. But we've got the Court of Justice coming, so that should hopefully be the trigger point we need to make everything alright. Dialectics. This technology is required for the construction of this building, which is a Masonic Lodge. Oh, that's the secret society, isn't it? One more turn until Joint Stock Company is completed. Okay, you need a Court of Appeals to get the dialectics, whatever they may be. Right, recruitment-wise, what does he need? He's got troops. He's got cavalry, 3 guns. He's got some grenadiers. He's got some fusiliers. He probably just needs some line troops, doesn't he? So if we recruit, I guess they're coming from Prague. Ooh. Letzo's Friedkorps. Swift light cavalry. The riders of them are excellent in melee and on the charge. They look pretty good. We can get foot guards. Oh, the elite infantry. Oh, hello. These have got some nice troops now. Foot guards. Range 80. Accuracy 55. Oh, you got reloading skill 70. 80. So you got the 8th Life Regiment. Highly disciplined and inspirational in their bravery. These line infantry are excellent additions to any Prussian army. Grenadiers, of course. Jaegers. Prussian Fusiliers. The standard. Okay, so let's get expensive, mind. Let's get some of those troops. And I'm going to try and get one of those as well. Cool. Right, so we've got some troops on the recruitment there. 3 units, which will... I probably could use another unit, but they're quite expensive, so we'll hold that for the moment. Maybe we'll just get a standard regiment of line infantry, which will sort that out. Right, they're moving as far as they can. Let's have a look at Cleves. Any movement around here? Now we need the steam engine to be able to upgrade the mine. We need the steam engine to be able to upgrade the factory. And that's going to be 9 grand. So let's save our cash for the moment. We're only a few moments away from the steam engine. Or am I getting that wrong? We're 9 turns away from the steam engine. We're a long way away from the steam engine. So we'll save a bit of cash up. Because we've got lots of things that we need to upgrade with steam. Factories and mills and mines and all sorts of things. Which could benefit from steam engine. But that'll be an expensive transition to those forces. So cool. And in early October 1807, things are beginning to move. Right. Usual, I think the spies have all been spotted. Joint Stock Company Technological Advance. A joint stock company is owned and capitalized by many people who can trade their stake in the company. Awesome. Henrik, yeah, another agent. Usual stuff. Cool. Cobbled roads in Galicia have been completed. And the 12th Artillery has been deployed in Brandenburg, Berlin. Trait gained. Complete banker. Indeed. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Gentleman. Complete banker. Research points per turn for civil technologies 1. Money is remarkable stuff. The lack of what else can stop an army. A worthy of study. Okay. So, what I say when things are happening. There's a big Danish fleet sailing down here, which is interesting. How are we with relations with Denmark? I think we're good, aren't we? In fact, we've got an alliance with them. We're very good with Denmark, which is great to see. Minus 95 with Austria now. Okay, that's improved by another 12 points, which is good. Now, England have been flooding Chatham Dock with troops, which is interesting. So I don't know whether or not does they have any troops on the French ships? No, it's just the fleet. So whether or not Nelson's going to sail around here and take on Villeneuve and then they'll move those troops onto the mainland, I don't know. There's also been some movement with Spain, moving troops, flooding troops up here. Of course, Spain are, I believe, allied with France. Yes, they are. And the Batavian Republic, the Dutch. So that's something. We are friendly. We're trading with the Spanish, so we're not going to try and upset that apple cart just yet. The French have been moving now. They haven't, but there's some troops moving right there. Here we go. Here's and look, they got a little expeditionary force moving up here. Moving up here now. What are they? Are they probing for weaknesses? Are they? That's not a force that's going to be able to take on Castle. So I'm not sure what they are doing. We're going to keep our troops there on the bridge, so we can control the crossing into that territory from there. We've got Frederick here. Now he was going to go. I was going to move him up north, wasn't I? put him over here, which he's going to go up there, which is good. We've got the army here of Wilhelm, and then come down here. Is that thing created yet? One more turn to get another troop. One more turn, and then hopefully Blucher can leave this godforsaken town. I'm joking. But it's just been a nightmare, hasn't it? We also have a large militia force here, which is holding on okay. We could get... do we want them? Yes, I will build that. And the reason why, because if it kicks off down here, we will need a recruitment point down here, won't we? So yeah, we will get that created. Lemberg, they just had their roads done, I think. Yes. That's all looking good. They've got a court of justice coming. 5 more turns. But yeah, it does feel like that slow period, you know, the phony war. Everyone shuffling around the board, getting into position. Everyone anticipating where the strikes are going to come, and everyone trying to double bluff. Move that into a commercial port. Improves export capacity, which is great. 4 new trade, and the wealth is good, but the happiness is what I worry about. Because they're not the best of. It's just gonna need to hold off, I think. But we were going to get some troops down there, weren't we? So let's get another. Oh, there we go. Let's get. No, I didn't want that. Sorry. Get one of those, and that can sit in the port. So yeah, it's as you were really. It feels like there's a big race to do nothing, and it's just kind of everyone's staring at each other at the moment, not willing to make the first move. But yeah, let's have a look in Brandenburg here. So we got some, yeah, we got some lots of dragoons here now, and we've got some guns. A 112-pounder. Makings of an army here. I would create a 5th army, but I think our funds would be struggling, especially with our navy starting to be recruited as well. More troops coming there. Those troops are obviously going to be deployed down here with Scharnhorst's army. Construction wise, well, we can't afford anything. But yeah, Mecklenburg, that's how things going here. Okay, that's not really a point we're looking to build up too much. Have a look at Hanover. How's the army going? Oh, it hasn't grown any more, which is something. Okay, here's our spy there. Good. Right, okay, so it's all as you were. But there's a lot of movement and a lot of shuffling of pieces. Something's going to give soon. We need to keep an eye on Florentine's army here. See what they're up to. And in late October 1807, a grand battery has been completed. Technological research. Using the tactic of grand battery increases the accuracy of artillery units. Nice. The usual spies have been spotted. Yada yada yada. Court of Justice in Austria. That's a big one. Adds repression to the area, and that should hopefully keep the populace in check. Units recruited. We got some Luslow's Free Corps in Brandenburg, Musketeers in Austria, and some militia in Austria as well. Gate trained by Emmanuel, our spy in Hanover. +4 to subterfuge and infiltration missions. Nice. Good, right. So this French army is holding there next to the spy, which is interesting. A few more movements of French troops. Interestingly, the Danish fleet has stopped there. Now, where are Denmark in the old political structure? Where are they? So they are allies with us and they're at war with no one. Interesting. So there's no reason. They are trading with the French and the British and the Swedes and us. So it's interesting why they've stopped there. And it's not as if they were out of points, because they started here, so they weren't there, and they could have continued further. But they've stopped there for some reason. They're up to something. I don't think we have anything to fear at this point, but I wonder if they're going to jump in and side and try and take out Villeneuve's fleet to free the British trade. That would be amazing if they did. But probably unlikely, to be fair. Quilec on Austria. -89. Slowly warming to us, which is good. The Spanish also have been active. There's troops moving left, right and centre around here. They're probably just trying to consolidate the rest of their territory. Maybe push into Portugal. Nelson's been out and about, raiding the trade lanes. But why on earth are they... I don't get why they're not trying to take Villeneuve out and free up their trade. Just baffling, quite frankly. But the big news, of course, we've got the +1 to the lower classes. Oh my goodness. Repression in the area is working, thanks to the Court of Justice, which is just being doled out. Right, you... Why are you like that? You come this way. Is that the mist? It's just the mist. It looks really weird. You're going over here to bolster that force. Okay, that's fine. You go over there then. Good. So, we're at a point where we can probably think about getting Blucher out of there. Should we get the museum crafted? Gonna get the museum. That's a big expense I've just done, but that should free up Blucher's army completely, and then he can rejoin the rest of his army, which is... Where was it? Do we send it up to Prague? We send it up to Prague. There it is there, doing its thing. Over here, we recruited some cavalry, didn't we? And were they going to join Frederick's army? No, they weren't. Right, Frederick, you can get your position... Where do we want them? Shame there's not a bridge there, because we could position them and then we could sweep either way. Let's position the forces on the road here. And see what... We may go up to Svervin, or however you pronounce it, later. For now, they are there. And if France do attack us, he can sweep in and try and hit Hanover. You know, we can always look for counter-offences if we do get attacked. Right, over here, who are you? You're the horse. Why didn't you pop into there? Don't know. But you can wait there for the moment. And we're going to get some troops. Or were you heading down here? No, you've got a full contingent now, which is good. Yeah, I'm not gonna poke the bear with the French. We're making too much money off them, and we can't yet afford to lose that money. Right, you're heading down south. How many turns until our ships are created? Oh, 3 more turns, or 6 more turns for the 34 gun. What was the next upgrade? 10,800 for a steam dry dock. Okay, we'd need the steam engine complete for that. Steam paddle frigate. My goodness, look at that. Wow. And the 38 gun steamship. Maneuverability medium. So we got a 38 gun frigate. So reloading is slightly faster on the wooden sailing ship, but the speed is slightly faster on the steamship. version. And the range is slightly better on the wooden as well, I think. Is it? No, it's not. The firepower is slightly less. Oh, okay. Interesting, interesting. It won't, apart from the steam, it won't give us any bigger ships. So the third rate is going to be the biggest ship we can recruit for the moment. If we have a look in here. What is that? Passports, okay. Okay, 7 more turns until the steam engine is created, so we're some way off that. 8 more turns until plateways is completed, but we weren't going to do plateways, were we? We were going to do mass production. And that we weren't going to do, we were going to do trade unions. So trade unions is going to be completed first, which will allow the creation of the Court of Appeals. Of course, with our military academy, we've also unlocked general staff, plus 8% to army campaign movement range, enables building of a staff college. Modern rifles enables recruitment and replenishment of rifle unit, plus small arms factory, and -10 upkeep for the cost of skirmishers. Nice. Standardized artillery, -15% upkeep for costs in artillery units, enable targeting fire ability for artillery, enables building of an engineering school. But that is for another day. I think we're going to leave that there. No action today, but everything is building slowly. It's going to be an exciting when this all concludes, I think. It's going to be one all-out war across Europe. So make sure we don't miss a thing next time. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.